the roots, let the beats build, bitch. And we never switch. Even if I'm rich, I'll be broke like I'm Mitch. Niggas talking down, but that's headed in the wrong direction. But I knock that shit out like the boxing section. Cause they can't touch what they can't see. All I gotta do is be the same me. All I gotta do is keep it G. Always be the same me. While I'm solid, boy, they can't change me. No.
What's going on? What's going on, man? We live from the boxing section, man. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Yes, sir. We got it's fight week. It's fight week, so you know what's going down. Shout out to my boy J. Coop. Shout out to the big homie, man. What's going down with you, man? Salute to you, family. Yes, sir. It's fight week, man. It's time to get live. It's time to represent for Shakur Stevenson. It's gonna be a hell of a fight. It's gonna be a hell of a weekend. I most definitely gotta figure out how to do that shit. I don't know how to connect to Facebook, bro. I don't know how to do that shit, bro. I'm gonna do that shit next time, though. My next go around, I'm gonna do that shit for sure. But yeah, man. So if y'all want to join the panel, link is in the chat. I was supposed to have a guest on. I don't know what happened, but let me see if I can get him. All right. Yeah, man. So it's fight week, man. And we got a fucking card, dude. We got a fucking card. Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, Troy Isley, Nico Ali Wash. Man, listen. Plus we got the women's headlining card. That should be a good one. Nevertheless, what else? We got Q Randall. He fighting on the 30th. What am I missing? Oh, Emma Williams and Cordell, they fighting on the 30th as well. So we have a good weekend of boxing. It should be it should be a hell of a time. It should be great. It should be fantastic. Yeah, man, I'm feeling good about that. Let me see who we got. Troy Graham. Oh, this the nigga I needed to see. This the man I needed to see. Troy Graham, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Did you tell me what happened to your boy?
Oh, got knocked out by the same damn punch again, man. He didn't learn how to block a level. Disappointments run a wild, you know. So, yeah. I was disappointed. That fight was it's just anticlimactic. It was just boom, it's over. And it's ugly. He didn't look good. It was terrible, terrible, terrible.
It was lackluster at best.
Huh?
It was lackluster at best.
Nah, call it like he's supposed to call it. He just looked like he was blind, and then he didn't know what to do against this man. When, in all honesty, he should know what to do against him now. He should know. But you know what? I immediately after the fight, I texted his brother and I invited him to Baltimore to meet a Hall of Fame coach. And if that works out, that'd be great for him because that coach is a champion maker. So hopefully everything will work itself out. But I want to jump in here real quick and talk about the fight before I go back to bed, right? Before the crowd comes, because I'm going back to sleep. Anyway, you got two youngsters, huh?
John, put the link in the chat so people can just click on it. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, you got two youngsters over here fighting because Shakur's 21, 20
Like
something, right?
22, 24.
Yeah, and then Valdez is a little older, right? Or 21.
Let's get our Googles on.
Nah, that's okay. That's okay. But they're both in their 20s. You got a very skilled boxer over there, right? And then you got a guy that is relentless and he's a puncher. He's gonna take his punches, but he's trying to land that one or two or three to come and finish your night for you. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be a good fight,
Oscar
man.
Valdez is 31.
Say what now?
Oscar Valdez is 31.
Okay, yeah. Okay, they're still young.
It's 24.
They're still young. They're still young, man. So I look forward to that fight now. You have a female fight also supposed to be a
Katie
classic
Taylor.
female fight on the same night, right?
Katie Taylor.
Yes, sir. That's gonna be great. I may be completely wrong, and if I am, you could put it all on me. I believe I heard that Franchon is fighting for undisputed Saturday as well. If I'm wrong, you could put all that on me and you could ridicule me. That's all me. But I do believe she's fighting for undisputed on Saturday, right?
I hope so.
So yeah, that was it. But I
I
want to ask.
hope you're not wrong in this aspect.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, because you got all that going on for the fans. But let me ask you a question before everybody come in and all that. It's something I want to clear up with myself, not so much you, but with myself. So I was on another person's show, and they said that when you did your interview, I jumped in and I was just offensive to you and the guests and all that. Remember when I came in and I asked, who's this?
You
'Cause
had
I've never.
a lot of questions.
Right. So you felt offended?
No.
How about the fighter? Did he call you back and say you were offended?
No, we good.
Okay. So why did these cats try to dog walk me to say that cop? That basically the vibe I got is that you were offended and the fighter was offended. That they went hard on your behalf for nothing. Then they just felt like running them up.
That's small shit. I don't really get upset about no small
Okay,
shit.
I just want to check because look, I got respect for you. Yeah, at times I come in here and I'll listen. We'll go back and forth, and I'll start laughing. I'll make a smart ass comment, and then things just go the way they go for the rest of the night, right? I've never once came in your chat, and I'm gonna be honest with you, with the whole purpose of saying that I'm gonna kill the group for the night. That was the whole conversation, and I'm a group killer. I've never once came in anybody's group with the thing like I'm gonna kill this group for the night because that's what I do. I ain't never do that. If you felt that way, then you can go ahead and say, "Yeah, Troy, well, you have come in here a couple of times and just destroyed the mood and all that."
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Huh?
But it's all love though, man. It's all love though, man.
Man, I've never once come in here with the idea of destroying anything. I'll be honest with you.
Listen, you didn't have the idea, but
I just think that we see things a little different. Kind of like kind of like you were very sensitive, a light-skinned guy that watched boxing. That's all.
that's not.
Okay, now you can come back at me and say something like
That's good. I'm gonna let you have it because I know you're a lonely man, so I'm gonna let you have it.
All the time, and I'm over here with my pickle jar, like Sento said. Yeah, yeah. I don't
It's
know what the hell
fine,
that
man.
means, but yeah, man. You know,
I don't have to. I don't know what half the shit means that Cinto says. Hey, Troy, can you do me a favor, man?
yes, sir.
You subscribe to this YouTube channel that's in the link that I posted up in the link.
I got no problem with doing that. I can do that on my phone while I'm talking to you, or can I just do it from here?
My man, appreciate it.
Okay, this is user. I can do that, man, and I'll pop by and listen one day because I don't really go on everybody's show. I just listen. All right, but go ahead, man. I'm gonna go on mute, and then I'm probably just gonna jump off and go to sleep, man, because I'm looking forward to Saturday. Who you got Saturday as far as the female fights, Kyle?
I gotta go with Serrano, man. Hold on real quick. DJ got something to ask you. Troy,
I'm on mute, man. Yeah.
you see that?
Why don't he just jump in here? Why he making these shoot and run passes?
Oh, cause he at work. Yeah, he at work. That's all. That's the reason. But man, I tell you what though, man, I'm looking forward to this weekend. Now, who do you got? Who do you got? Like who's you got? Who's your winners for the weekend? Who you got winning this weekend?
I'm gonna stick with brother, man. I think his boxing is too good at this point for Valdez, so I'm gonna stick with Shakur, right? I'm gonna stick with him. I'm not. You know what? I still haven't seen the two ladies fight. I haven't watched any replays of their fight or anything, so I
You
don't.
ever seen Serrano fight before?
I've never seen. I've never seen any of those ladies fight before. Any of them.
Oh wow.
Franchise on franchise. Franchan, I know personally because the gym I was talking about in the trainer. That's her
Oh,
original trainer from the ground up. That's Umar Boxing in Baltimore, right?
okay.
So I already saw her. I got the only video of her sparring a 6'6", 200 plus heavyweight, 200-pound cruiserweight, right? She was piecing him up like crazy. And then she fought a light heavyweight who was a guy, and he looked like he was actually fighting someone his own size. He didn't look like he won't be in there. That's how hard she hit.
Dang.
Yeah. I know the fact that when she was an amateur, after she cleaned out Maryland and Delaware and all the places above, most of her most she couldn't find any female competition. She had to go to Ohio. She had to go to Ohio to find competition. It was like that with her. So yeah, because she ran through DC, ran through Philly, and it was just couldn't find nobody who would spar with her.
Dang.
Yeah. But yeah, I see her winning, man. Maybe she'll knock whoever out that she's fighting now. Like I said, if I'm wrong, you could get this shovel and heap all that dirt on me. I'm fine with it because I've heard it from a couple of different sources, people that I respect, but I've been having a hard time finding it. I've heard it was in June, so if it's in June, hallelujah, it still
No, it's
happens,
this
right?
weekend. It's this
It
weekend. The
is.
fight.
No, no, no. I understand the fights are this weekend. I'm not positive if her fight is this weekend.
No, that's what I'm telling you. Her fight is this weekend.
Okay, good. I'm good with it. But all right, man. You have a blessed night, and I'm going to I'm going back to sleep, man. I just had my old man going to the bathroom thing. That's why I'm even awake.
Yeah, I mean, the only person Cruz really lost to was Clarissa Shields.
Yeah, she said that them two fought so many times in the amateurs, and she never lost by less than 1 or 2 points to a girl up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then Shields was like, I don't want to fight her again, man. It was a couple of times that girl hit me that made me, and it made me question our friendship. You know, that
Yeah,
girl hit hard, man. Huh?
Carissa, she was a bad motherfucker, though, ain't she?
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. I hope that she. I hope that before she retires, before that she gets the respect that she deserves. Too many times after the fact, 10, 15, 20 years after this person is out of the sport now, people start saying, yeah, and she did this and she did that. But y'all didn't say nothing. She was actually doing her trade, right?
Yeah, you know, ain't no choice for that shit.
Yeah. Now, question for you. You have children, because I still remember when they were tearing you up with the water gun. You see any of them getting into boxing?
I don't know, probably my son.
Oldest?
He like in the middle.
Okay. Yeah, because you know what I did? At a very young age, I took I trained my kids from they were 7 to 10, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
by the time I took them to Umar, they had a good foundation. So, Marvin and them were saying, well, they pretty decent, man. We can tighten them up and all that. I said, go ahead. But they didn't love it, and I didn't want to put my dreams on them, so I just backed the hell away. I
Yeah,
backed away. And my
that's
son became one of the,
that's the best way
huh?
to do it, though, man. That's the best way to do it for real, man.
Yeah, and I had one son, he became the best football player in the city. And the other one, he joined the basketball team, and he was just a crazy rebounder. They had to double team him so he wouldn't rebound and grab all the balls, right? And then the third one, same thing. They had to double team him too. I had a, I had Shannon and Sterling Sharp, and who was the rebounder? Dennis Rodman. So, yeah,
That's dope
that's like that's like. But yeah, but I did. I actually did jump on your boy's page and subscribe.
for sure, for sure. Appreciate that.
All right, man. Well,
Who you got between Bibble and Canelo?
Canelo. You want to know why?
Because he's a way better boxer.
Well, Europeans are good boxers, but they fight on rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 3, 1. They fight. They fight exactly how they change. They don't have the instinct to say, "Well, I could change up in a spur of the moment like that." Canelo actually is blessed that he's fought a couple of people that actually had that instinct, and he has it also. But if you watch most of these European fighters, there's 1, 2, 3, jab, jab, right, jab, right, or jab, body, right, things of that nature. That's how they're trained. Is a rhythm. Make no mistake about it. This guy can punch. Biffle, right?
Mm-hmm.
He can punch. He can punch, but he's not going to surprise you either. He's not going to surprise you. You know what you get when you get in the ring with him. You know what you get, and it's not an easy out or anything like that. But just as long as you get his rhythm and he doesn't get yours, you can beat him. You can beat him.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think Canelo's he's just good, man.
Say that again, Kyle.
He's just too good for him.
We don't know yet, man, because we don't know yet. We don't know yet. We'll see just how good he is after he gets hit, because he's going to get hit based on the way he fights. Every fight he's ever been in the last couple of years, he's been hit. People don't pay attention to that. He's been hit. I think he has the Holyfield complex thing where he wants to test your power, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just to see what he's dealing with. And that usually works for him because he's able to get away. Okay, like when he fought GG, I would say not so much the first time, but the second time, he was catching them right hands flush. And I'm like, I see what you're doing, but why do you keep doing it? You understand what his power is now. You don't have to do that no more. Right?
Yeah, I think he knew that he couldn't be hurt by him, so he just took him.
Oh, yeah, you keep getting hit like that, you're gonna get hurt. But he was he was wise enough to let him get his confidence up and hit him once or twice, and then on the third time he wasn't there. You know, he wanted you to swing at him and lose all your power. So come round 7, round 8, round 9, yeah, I got you now, baby. I got you now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be a good fight. Question for you. I saw this video with my God, it was Shakur playing around with Andre Ward. You know, they were doing a little kind of fake sparring, right?
Mm-hmm. Little slap
And
box,
it looked like, huh?
little slap
It,
boxing.
yeah, it looked like he was a little bigger than Ward. I'm guessing it was just the coat.
Yeah, I don't know. He ain't bigger than Andre Ward.
Hell no, he ain't bigger than him. But from the angle I saw with the coat, I, I'm gonna guess it was the coat that he was wearing.
Yeah, I've been around both of them. I took
Yeah,
pictures.
and Ward isn't big, is he?
Ward big, man.
Ward is big.
Yeah,
Well, big as in you mean broad big? Like his frame is big.
I mean, he just like swole, man.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Yeah, okay. The day you saw him, he was probably 200 pounds. And, you know, who was the taller, you or him?
He way taller than me. I'm only 5'9".
Really? Okay. All right. All right. Okay, so I'm taller than both of y'all. Then what do you look like? You about 6 foot?
You taller than that.
Nah, I don't know about that, but yeah. But in the video, Ward looked like he's keeping himself in shape, man.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So can we see a future fight somewhere with Ward?
Hell nah. Too comfortable.
Nah, I ain't think so either. I think he's happy at home, man. He got a family, got all his faculties. Why come back, right?
Yeah, wow. It's kind of pointless to do that.
Yeah, because the first thing is you have to put your body through the punishment of training.
Yeah.
After that, you have to get in the ring. So but take care of yourself, man. I'm going back to bed, man.
For sure. For sure. It's all good. It's all good.
All
If
right.
you want to join the panel, the link is in the chat. If you want to join the panel, the link is in the chat. Make sure y'all subscribe to my boy Coop's YouTube channel, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to my boy's YouTube channel if you can, man. Just go ahead and subscribe and let him get these numbers up. See. See if I can get him to hop on real quick so he can talk to y'all about his channel and things like that. But yeah, man. But I'm excited, bro. I can't even lie to y'all niggas, man. I'm excited on this sheer Monday. You understand what I'm saying? I'm excited. Oh shit. Shit. All right. So let me know what y'all think about this weekend. Um, who y'all got fighting and things like. I mean, who y'all got in these fights and which fighter y'all most looking forward to. Y'all let me know in the chat. Kev, what up, Kev? Bivol and Benavidez is probably the only two people that can beat Canelo. I don't think Bivol can beat him, dog. I'm be honest with you, bro. I think Benavidez can beat anybody, bro. I like Benavidez. Benavidez and Navarrete. Them like my favorite Mexican fighters, guys. Why you so deep in this lady? All right. So, man, let's matter of fact, let's break down these two fighters, man. Let's break it down. Let's break down the box recs of all the main event fighters for the weekend. All right. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna do Oscar Valdez first, break down his box rec, and go from there. Oh, fuck. Shit. Man, I missed out on so much money right now. Shit. Hold on real quick, y'all. Damn. All right, so let's get to it. All right, make this a little bigger. All right. So his reach is 66. He's 5 feet tall. Okay. All right. Let's see. Of course, Shakur Stevenson is right there. Now, most people would say that this guy beat him. Okay? So you got Miguel Burchell. Now, this fight right here could have been different. Right? This fight right here could have been different. I think if he would have listened to his corner more, the great Buddy McGirt was trying to tell him what to do, and he did the total opposite. So I think he could have beat Oscar Valdez. This is one of the first fights I think he could have beat. All right, so I mean, he's got a cool resume, but y'all know what I do. I like to dig deep into resumes. So let's see. All right, we're gonna get to the first. Let's go to the first. All right, here we go. We'll start with this dude right here. All right, he got 2 losses, 1 draw. But let's see who he fought. So anybody that had a good record, he lost to him. Anybody with a good record, he lost to him. Okay. So he lost to Lee Shelby. And he lost to Oscar Valdez. Then he had a draw with this guy, Jason Velez. All right. All right. Got that. Coop, what up?
What's up, man? I'm just in his house, jamming.
All right, so that was his first big win. All right, let's go to this. Let's go to the second win.
What are we looking at? What's going on?
So right now we're looking at Oscar Valdez, his resume.
I seen one fight by him. He was pretty impressive. Yeah. I don't know if it was his last fight, but it was the dude. He beat the shit out of him.
Now the dude he beat now this guy right here ain't beat a fucking soul. The one undefeated fighter, so he lost to Oscar Valdez, so he fought one other undefeated fighter. But let's go to the undefeated fighter's record and see what we have here. Look at that shit. Look at this shit here. Look at this shit. Look at this shit, John. That's the other undefeated fighter he fought. Nigga lost to every fucking body. All right. All right. Let's go.
So after he beat Valdez, what's next for him? Like,
Another
what do you
belt.
feel? What do you feel like he needs to do now? Like
Another belt.
another belt at the same weight class, or
Yeah. You want to unify. Look at this shit. Motherfucker lost 5 times and shit. Yeah. All right. Okay. See this nigga here. He lost 3 times.
there's a pay-per-view fight?
Uh-uh.
So what's stopping this from being a pay-per-view?
Shit don't need to be. Fuck you want to pay for fights for?
I'm just ain't that more money for the fighters?
Nah, not really. Don't. It depends. 817, man. Join the panel if you can. Okay. This dude had one fight after that. After Vasquez, look at this shit. Look at his records, man. That's what I'm saying. Now, Adam Lopez, this fight he could have won. They called it a premature knockout, though, to be honest with you. And in this fight here, this is easy could have went his way. Had he did other things that he's supposed to do, he could have won that fight. Even that Oscar Valdez knockout was fucking lame as hell. Cause look at the scorecards. He was up. He was up on 2 out of 3 of the scorecards, bro. Before he gave the fucking fight away. Gave it away. All right, let's see. Miguel Berchelt. I used to always say Miguel Berchelt was overrated.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Ford, what's up with it, bro?
That's the last dude that he fought then, right?
Yeah, that was no. That was the guy he fought right before the last dude. So now look at this shit.
And it was like these supposed to be 2 of the greatest Mexican fighters right now.
Fooey.
Yeah, man, because he went in there and gave up with that work.
So, dude, he done got knocked out by his last 2 opponents.
I took the first couple of days off this week to catch up with my yard work. So I'm going to chill with you guys a little bit.
Okay, for sure. Now look at this nigga. Look at his record. So Oscar Valdez is his best fight so far. Him, and then you got Francisco Vargas. Okay.
Stevenson's going to embarrass him, man. He's going to embarrass him. We know that, right?
No doubt.
We
just try to go. I'm just going through the resumes so I can show people that, you know, just because they got a good record don't mean they beat somebody to get there.
Right.
You know?
What do you guys think about that Dillian White Fury fight?
I don't.
I paid the $75 for that.
Did you?
I was disappointed.
Why
I
did you
watched
do
it
that?
on TikTok and I was embarrassed.
It was $75 on ESPN pay-per-view.
Why did you do? But why did you pay for it though?
I always pay for them.
You better than me.
Yeah, I'm looking for the free link.
Yeah, I don't know too much about all that.
Yeah,
I probably should learn though, because I spent $150 in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, hell no.
The Spence fight.
Oh, the Spence fights was worth it though.
Yeah, and then the Fury Dillian White fight. Dillian White disappointed me because he got knocked out with the same punch that the other white boy knocked him out with.
Now look at this is Shakur Stevenson's box rec. Look at his resume. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. His fifth fight, he fought somebody. The only time he fought somebody that they had less wins. I mean, less wins than they had losses was his first fight.
So did they get VADA tested?
Yeah.
Drug tested?
Yeah, most definitely.
This kid popped positive the last time he fought, didn't
he? Yeah. So this cat's 10-4 now. That was the first fight that he fought that had a good record. He ended up being ass cheeks. Let's see.
Hopefully he doesn't come in with an advantage.
Now look at this.
They test drug test.
It's like his 9 to 10 fight, and then this dude is 13-2.
Okay, you've been putting in that work.
Oh yeah, Stevenson's the goods, man. He's the goods, without question. Now he's hanging around Terrence, so I know he's ready to go. He's hanging around Terrence Crawford. He's ready to go. He's gonna embarrass this guy. He might stop him. I hope he does.
What's the Vegas odds at for the fight?
What's that?
It's the Vegas odds.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't looked that up. I'm hoping that
he had
2
awkward fights in a row. Then he had Jamel Herring. Now he got Oscar Valdez. So that's that. But John, let everybody know. Let everybody know about your channel and what you're trying to do.
Man, I'm trying to get my my YouTube popping, man. We got a podcast on there where we talk about life, relationship questions, taxes, death, everything, man. We just have real dope conversations on there. We have ladies come up with us every night, so it ain't just a sausage fest up there. I'm gonna do sports some nights. I ain't gonna tap into the boxing market because I got a friend that do that. We both can't do the same thing. Man, it's gonna be some real content on my channel, so y'all should subscribe.
What's the name of his podcast?
They told me that my name was trash, so I'm thinking about changing it. But for now, it's the podcast about nothing in particular. We talk about everything.
Most definitely. Oh, John, I found them BBS style rims too.
Oh,
Yeah.
So what were you complaining about earlier about losing money? Kyle, what were you talking about?
What you mean?
You were like, oh man, I just lost. You said I just lost a bunch of money, or I missed out on some money, or something.
Oh,
You were looking at your computer and saying that.
no, I was saying. I forgot what I was talking about, man.
You tired? You need to go to bed, bro.
Man, I can see it in his face.
I can't go to bed just yet. I don't know why I'm so fucking tired, man. I had my day off. I can sleep in a little bit tomorrow, man. So I'm trying to stay up a little bit longer and shit.
Cool. Yeah. I get to sleep in too, but I got to get up at in about 5 hours to seed my yard. So you got to put that weed and feed down when the grass is wet. When the morning dew, or that weed and feed, depending on what you get, is like $75 a bag. So you waste a lot of money putting that stuff down at the wrong time of the day. You got to get up when it's when the grass is wet.
How often do you got to do that?
Well, I try to do it like 2 days in a row, and then let it sit for a couple of days, and then I'll cut my grass after that. But just to kill everything, kill all the weeds.
Your yard probably look good as hell.
Well, yeah. I used to have it where you could sleep on it.
Damn.
You can go out there and then, fall asleep in the grass. Fall asleep.
Man, this OG on TikTok, he got the nicest grass I ever seen. I'm talking about, man, his daughter be telling him to do his stuff to the yards and stuff. Man, his grass looked like a pillow.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to cut it in them squares and everything, like cut it one way one time and then cut it the next way the next time. So it looked like a little baseball diamond. Well, it looks like a baseball diamond.
What made you get out of that?
Too much time and effort. Too much time and effort. So yeah,
Why you going to no competitions?
What's that?
Why didn't you go to no competitions?
Oh no, man! I live out in the country, bro. I don't live in the city. I'm way out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm way out. I don't know. I don't live in the city. I don't even really.
Kind of look at that grass.
I'm outside of Kansas City, but
It's to my Instagram, John.
I barely go in there.
Right.
So, is there a lot of money to be generated in these YouTube channels?
Yeah, if you do it right. If you do it right, it's a lot of money into it. A lot of money in it.
What do you mean? When you say a lot of money, what you talking about?
A lot of money.
Like what? Give me a figure.
Shit, I mean, it depends on what your channel doing.
Well, how about Fred's channel?
I can't. I mean, he probably making $100, $200 a day on that.
Oh, $200 a day.
Yeah.
$1,000 a week.
I'm just saying that's like a low end though. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, don't quote me on the numbers.
Oh, so you make that money. They pay you daily based on your. They pay you daily based on your activity.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's cool. I mean, a little side hustle, right?
Yeah, some of these people making a living off of social media, man.
Making a living off of social media, huh?
Yeah, I seen a boy say he get $80,000 checks from YouTube.
Damn.
You mean every week?
I don't know how frequently he get them, but he averaged millions of views on his video too, man. So,
okay.
He getting some nice pay.
Yeah, like I say, it really just depends on how you do it, though.
On his videos, I mean, what kind of videos does he make?
He on some funny shit, appealing to the kids type videos.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's good.
But shit, if I was averaging millions of views, I'm uploading every day.
Yeah, that's how you get there. That's how you get there.
Yeah, they say you're supposed to upload 3 times a day, some content.
Mm-hmm. Cause I be bullshitting. I gotta do more. Honestly.
Now has Fred come out with his previews for his movie? Has he shown that?
Yeah, he got a preview out.
I haven't seen that yet. I want to check that out if I can get to it.
You know, most definitely, it's out.
Now, do you know what the movie's about? What is it about?
It's really about people righting the wrongs of others.
Okay, so it's not so much about a sequel.
No, it's something about this. It's on this time.
Oh, it's something different.
No, totally different.
Oh, cool. Okay. I thought it may have been a sequel to his last movie.
I ain't fucking with the nation.
9 Wives. Okay, it's not good.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh shit! I got to introduce this man. You know what I'm saying? Dallas is Fort Worth own. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucking legend of these YouTube streets. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Get on the Lay Down, Mr. Scrub, wherever we at, I'll fire to you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my dog, A17. What's up, A1?
What's going on, family? What's happening?
Man, nothing much, man. I'm still on the high from that Earl Spence trip. I'm broke as a motherfucker, but it was worth every red cent.
Yeah, it was fun, bro. It was a good show too.
Yeah, he put on a hell of a performance. Yeah, man.
What's going on with you, 817? I think it's been a while since I've been on a panel with you.
Just chilling, man. Shit, just got back a little vacay, chilling.
You on vacation?
How's the boat ride?
Nah, I just got back. Man, it was dope. Shit, it was dope. I mean, it's always good to get away. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really about the other people and shit. It was just about getting away and doing some other things. I've been to them ports before, so it was all good. But it was just good to get away, man.
Oh, you went on a cruise?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Went to Costa Maya, Belize, and Cozumel.
You went to Belize?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. How long was that?
Shit, I mean, it's the second time I've been.
How long was the cruise? A week?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, shit, you can't beat that.
Nah, but I mean, yeah, it's the second time I've been to Belize, so it's dope out there.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I don't go on vacations too often, but back in let me see, I think it was 2020. I went to Cancun. Went to Cancun for 10 days. Got me a penthouse down on the river, down on the coastline there. That was beautiful, man. Had room service 3 times a day. You know, how it was nice. And that's, that's the first time I ever went on vacation. So
yeah, do that more often, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, because shit, I retired from the military like 11 years ago. So all the years I've been busting my ass, I only been on one real vacation. So I gotta get out and do some more stuff. I'm so busy helping other people come up that I don't take time out to get myself that relaxation like I deserve.
I mean, it's always good helping others. I mean, that's what we're here for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Many of us get fulfillment from it, but at the same time, man, you got to recharge your batteries. It allowed me to refocus a lot of things, and you know what I'm saying? Seeing the earth, seeing the world that was provided for me, allowed me to realize my place in it. You know what I'm saying? Significance and insignificance on both levels. So it's always a good reset for me.
Motivates that hustle a little bit too, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. And then, to see different cultures and how different people live, and to understand sometimes how selfish we are, you know what I'm saying? And how
Yeah,
we have an abundance of things and don't look at things properly, you know what I'm saying? It's good to
yeah,
get away and not be looking down at my cell phone, actually see other people, meet other people, and see the earth.
yeah. That's right. Yeah, yeah. So s- with me, I think my biggest issue is I see so much wrong with the earth, with the planet, with society. Just starting right here where we're at, that I'm so focused in on dealing with some of those issues that I forget about relaxing. I forget about recharging, forget about vacation. As I look at it, as man, we're dealing with so much right now. We don't really have time for vacation. We really got time for war, because that's what's being brought to our doorsteps. So um, being tuned in, completely focused on dealing with that situation, um, it's all encompassing. It really consumes you. But at some point, you got to realize, hey, you can't fight every single day. You gotta take time out to relax and enjoy life, even when you have chaos going up all around you. So
Well, the fight can be have to be fought on many different levels and many different ways. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, you know, it's good to get a level of compassion. You know what I'm saying? And get some of them other things too. You know what I'm saying? It's like a string being tense and tight all the time. It's gonna
yeah,
pop at some point. So
yeah, no, you ain't. Yeah, you tell me the truth about that. I remember when I was in the military, man. I pretty much matriculated up through the ranks and all that. Because really, I was lucky enough that there was enough black people that came into that environment before me that set an example, and were so much trailblazers for me. So I didn't really have to create my own path. That had already been created for me. So I was able to matriculate up the military ranks. But then when I got to corporate America, oh my gosh, the field that I'm in, it's very, very exclusive when you talk about black folks. So this is an example. You probably heard me say this once before, but I am the only black person in the history of the state that I live in to have a federal license to supervise the operation of a nuclear power plant in this state.
wow.
And man, that I'm telling you, then in that sense, I feel like a Jackie Robinson. I feel like a real trailblazer. But that's a lot. That means when you go to work, when I've been to work the last 10, 11 years, I never felt like I was going to work. I always felt like I was going to war. You know what I mean? And so
Facts. I
that's
understand.
yeah, that's the type of opposition that I've faced. And because of that, to stay on top of that, you feel like, you need to be always on your, always on your toes.
Feel like you can't take a day off. Yeah, they looking
Exactly.
for you to slip. I feel you.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So when that's all said, and I mean, but just like you said, if you hold that string too tight, eventually it's gonna pop. Right. So a lot of my initial strategy was to, like I did in the military, just work hard, put in that work, make sure I knew what I was doing, learn the discipline and the curriculum that was associated with my job, and keep your nose to the grindstone, keep hustling,
But
burning midnight oil, whatever you need to do. But
I think the one thing, though, my brother, I think the one
mhm,
thing that we miss about this country, and I mean, like I caught on to it late too. You know what I'm saying? But check this out. I was working for, a Fortune 500 company, a bank, one of the largest bank in the world, matter of fact. And, throughout my time there getting reassigned and things of that nature, I'm thinking, hey, man, how come the bank ain't repurposing us in ways to where we can really be access to the bank, and also, educate us, financially in regards to, financial literacy, so we can be better advocates for the bank and ourselves as people, right? So this is the question I asked them in an open forum. Also, in that suggestion box shit, you know what I'm saying? But it was some shit that was being ignored. I was tripping on the fact that they never promoted any courses for you to take that would advance you within the bank. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They never wanted to teach you about credit. They never wanted to teach you about building credit, about actually buying the homes, or how to get into real estate. None of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
None of that, and none of it you could go to school for. They offered you that tuition reimbursement or whatever, but they never tried to align any business interests along with your schooling either, so you could move along within there. You know what I'm saying? You had to try to figure it out. So when I posed the question, you know what I'm saying, I became a target.
Yeah.
So I started letting my friends and shit know, bro. We was getting paid every 2 weeks, right? On payday, everybody going out to eat. Everybody getting wing stop. You know what I'm saying? Whoop the blam. Everybody out on the lunch break. You did.
Yeah.
But 3 days before payday, everybody asking, you know what I'm saying, what they got in their drawer. They got some noodles in their drawer or something. Everybody looking for something to eat.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? On lunch breaks and shit. Ain't nobody going to grab nothing to eat, none of this. So we working at, a large bank. You know what I'm saying? Fortune 500 company. But we broke every 2 weeks. Everybody in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
So I told everybody it's going to have to be something outside of what we doing. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What they're not telling us is we're going to have to use a little bit of this to get our own and make our own way. That's the way this country's built. You know what I'm saying? That's what that's what the motherfuckers who here winning on. You did.
You're right.
We can't continue to be employees. We got to be employers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Employers get tax breaks. You know what I'm saying? Employees pay taxes.
Yeah.
So I started spitting that around the job, and again, this is making me more of a target. You did.
Yeah.
But what I noticed was they flushed all of us, right? After they used us for what they wanted, they flushed all of us in a certain way. We all took our severance pay, either walked off or got fired before Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Every year they was dropping everybody in November and shit. So motherfuckers would be worried, you know what I'm saying, about getting fired right before Christmas. You did? So it happened 4 years in a row before I really started peeping game and telling everybody what was going on. And then next year I knew I was on the chopping block. I took my severance pay and went on. But ever since then, I went from trying to go salary, you know what I'm saying, or hourly or some shit to like commission. There was a natural progression. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm not getting what I'm worth an hour. Let me try to make whatever I want an hour. You did?
Yeah.
And then I went from that to my own shit. So I said to say this. We need to start at a very early age and get back to it. The strive for inclusion and wanted to be included, in these businesses and places we wouldn't want it back then. They took away the economic independence that our people had. When you didn't have the ability to go to those cobblers, those grocery stores, those this, that, and the third, we went to our own. So there was a stronger economic dollar there, and they understood that. So it's something that we had to give away, trying to, be included. You know what I'm saying? Something that we gave away and that we don't realize. But what we have to do, because my mom is of a generation that was an employee generation. You know what I'm saying? Anybody in their 40s and older understand. They folks told them, hey, man, go to school, go to college, get a good job, work 30 years, get your retirement, get your 401k. That was the plan. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But the jobs peeped it. They started cutting your ass off in 15 years. They ain't want to keep paying your insurance, this, that, and the third. And motherfuckers repurposing themselves and never getting to that end carry.
Right.
You feel me? We got to start teaching our kids to be entrepreneurs. We got to start, and the pandemic slapped us across the face. You know what I'm saying? It made motherfuckers start figuring out other ways to get money and going into business for themselves and start, actually doing group economics and shit like that out of necessity. But we can't lose hold of the rope. We got to promote it more with our kids, and we got to promote more education in regards to the system that we all participating in. Because regardless, as much as we don't like politics and the shit that we got going on, we participating in this shit because we get up, work, pay taxes, and all that shit. So
Yeah.
just like we put a basketball, a boxing glove, whatever it is in the crib, and we can go to them games and shit like that, we got to go to PTA meetings. We got to take them to, you know what I'm saying? Different shit that involves that, so we can foster some of that. So we can really be involved and change what the fuck go around here. But financially, that's what's got to happen, bro. We got to create more employers and not employees, and take
You right.
advantage of where we at.
You right, bro. You right. You summed it up right there. You summed it up. I mean, you know, I ain't nothing I can add or take away from that. Now that's real talk.
It just fucked me up when I went into the grocery store one time, bro, and I went to go buy some toilet tissue, right? And you know, I'm trying to buy, so I ain't got to go back to the grocery store. But I fucked around and looked at the toilet tissue I wanted to buy, and it was more for that big pack of toilet tissue than what the fuck I made an hour. You feel me? And it
Yeah.
fucked me up, you know? I was like, damn, bro, that toilet tissue is more than I make an hour. You did?
Yeah.
If I wanted to buy 10 of them hoes or 8 of them hoes, my work day wouldn't allow me to buy 8 of them.
Wow. That's real talk, man. That's real talk. And that's real. Yeah.
So, you know, like, I'm focused now. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and my lady talked about the other day. This year, we kind of plan vacations and trips and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But the focus is really on making moves for the future. You know what I'm saying? To where my shit not gonna be called by nobody else but me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say I may not agree with what Fred say all the time, but goddamn it, he got a lot of shit going on that I respect. You know, and it's a lot I can learn from him. You know, you can learn a lot from anybody.
Oh yeah, no question. And you know, especially him. I mean, because he sound like he doing a lot of different stuff, man. That brother's making it happen. So you know, and he's doing it.
You're on mute, bro. Yeah, there you go.
Let me tell y'all this about Fred. Fred just be giving game away, man, for free, dude.
Facts. If you ain't joined the nigga Patreon, bro, the nigga made me some money on his Patreon within 2 weeks, bro.
The nigga be giving this shit away for free, bro. Like, he doesn't listen, man. People don't understand, man. I talk to Fred more than I talk to my family members. You know what I'm saying? I talk to y'all more than I talk to some of my family members, man. And what I'm saying is, the nigga Fred is solid, bro. Even if you don't agree with the nigga stance on some shit, you know what I mean? Even if you don't like how he feel about the Nation of Islam, I get all that. But at the end of the day, if he riding with you, or he riding for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what his Patreon is. What do you mean he made you some money on Patreon? What are you talking about?
Man, you really have to just kind of lock in. My bad, Cal, but you kind of have to lock in, man. It just whatever's going on, man. I mean, Fred is astute. He's an astute mind when it comes to things that are going on. Now, his view on some of it, you know what I'm saying, I may not agree with. His delivery, some folks may not agree with. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's like it is for anybody else. You know, if you fundamentally can deal with not agreeing with someone all the time, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Then at that point you have to understand, okay, you know, what can I gain? You know what I'm saying? What can I gain from this individual? Because again, you know, there's a level of intelligence there that I respect, but I may not, you know, agree with everything that he got going on. True, that's like anybody else in the world, you know?
Yeah.
You got to find the value in everything. And Fred provides value. And I mean, again, you have to think there's some kind of nobility and honor in standing out and not being afraid to not be accepted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, that's the difference between intellect and wisdom, right? Intellect in itself will bring you nothing, but the application of that intellect within the right the right way within the right environments, or with any environment, is wisdom. And so and wisdom usually brings about results. Intellect may or may not. Was the application of intellect that brings about results. And so you look at a man's results, and if those results are independently created, that's when you know you're dealing with a man that not only has intellect but also has wisdom. He knows how to apply that intellect. So a lot of us who are on the corporate plantation, so to speak, you may or may not have wisdom, right? You usually have some type of intellect. It takes true wisdom to be able to apply what you know in an independent mode of thinking and produce
I'm
results.
guilty of that. I'm guilty of that as a younger man. I think I've always been blessed with some intellect, but in the understanding of what you said, intellect without application. You know what I'm saying? It's like faith
Yeah.
without works. And
Yeah.
just when I think about the word itself, it starts inside. You know what I'm saying? So anything inside can be good, but if you don't apply it and bring it out of yourself, then how good is it really?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you don't iron sharpens iron. But here's the thing, man, when it comes down to it, you know, we just don't know who we are, man. Because if you take any major city in the United States and the things that black and brown people have to endure and in order to navigate those environments successfully, that means you're not in a pine box or you're not locked away in some cage like an animal. In order to navigate those environments successfully, and then you take all those characteristics and you apply this intellect that we talk about, right? You're a very dangerous person. You know what I mean? Because the average person don't have to grow up in that environment.
Facts.
You know, don't have to do that, right? So when you grow up in that environment and you couple that with intellect, then you're a very dangerous person. We just don't know who we are. I mean, I'm talking about dangerous in regards to upsetting the status quo.
And I think that's that. I think that's what I was presenting. I think, kind of like a flower. I think at
Yeah.
that point, as a man, I had come into myself and I was blossoming, and my mind was as well. And I think they were seeing that. You know what I mean? And they recognized it as a threat because they didn't know how to take it and apply it in a way in which it would be productive for the bank. And, taking some accountability for myself, I didn't know in how which to do it within those confines to be successful in a way that you have. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Even though you feel encompassed and engaged by it at times, you know what I'm saying, to a point to where you at war with it, at times, and you feel as though you're in war, you in that seat. You did. I didn't understand how to apply within that structure to be successful within that structure.
Well, really, I'll be honest with you, bro. It's not really meant for us to do that. I mean, it's really not. I mean, corporate America, what I've seen of it, and I haven't, I've only worked for two companies my whole life. That was U.S. military and the company I'm working for right now. And what I've seen of my experiences, it's not really meant for us, especially in my field. It's not meant for us to matriculate successfully in that. I mean, everything that we come up against is prohibiting, opposition, things of that nature that pretty much stop your progress. So I think you figured it out. I mean, in regards to moving into that mode of thinking or that arena of existence where you think to start your own way of making money, doing business. I mean, I think that's the safest way. The entrepreneurial way is the safest way to do it.
It's the way that they did it. It's the way that they did it. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. Once I got into that realm of commission, I got into it, of course, in the easiest entry level that I could, that I thought was profitable, and that was selling vehicles. I was articulate enough to not start at some tote the note piece of shit car lot or whatever, I was able to go, major or whatnot and sell brand new vehicles, and kind of rub elbows, in a luxury vehicle avenue,
Yeah.
right? So I was able to see the game from a different avenue, but also having, intellect and, coming up in the environments that I had, I was blessed at the age of 13 to move away from everybody that looked like me by virtue of just situations and be put in that environment where I had to succeed with others that were different from me, So that afforded me, well, moving forward in other situations such as those. And I say that to say this: once I got into that realm or whatnot, right, I was successful enough to be employee of the month a few times, and the owner of that particular business, would take out, whoever it was and do this, that, and the third, take you here, take you there, that type of thing, lunch, dinner, those type of things. But on the way one time, and remember, this guy's an old white man. This just be 100, old white man, totally different generation, come up, totally different time. But even with the bridge, with the gap or whatnot, and him being who he is, there was something I could gain. I just had to open my ears and listen. He was talking to me, and he was talking to me on the way, and he was telling me, he said, something that you and a lot of your friends don't do, which is translation, what you and black folks don't do, what your people don't do, right? He said, y'all don't get together on the right premise. He said, when I was a young man, 19, starting in business for myself, I started a breakfast club, me and two of my friends. We started a breakfast club. We invited every last one of our friends to the breakfast club, and we did it every week. Didn't matter if they showed up or if they didn't. The invitation was there. The invitation was there. The invitation was there. And slowly but surely, they was having to change venues for having different motherfuckers show up, right? Everybody showed up in the morning, spent this little time together, and dispersed, right? And it got to a point to where when they were in their businesses and struggling or whatnot, they had a Rolodex of people that they could call in different businesses that they could get materials from, help from, whatever, to move forward in their business. Now their breakfast club is 1,000 strong. You know what I'm saying? And he got resources throughout the United States.
Yep, you're right. That's it, man.
They sharing entrepreneur ideas. They sharing thoughts. They sharing financial, because they all on the same plane. Group economics.
Yep.
He was telling me, you know what I'm saying, in so many words. He was telling me the game was right there, and I missed it. I missed it when he gave it to me. It took for me to be away from there 2 or 3 years and sit back and be talking about it to somebody else and go back over it, bro.
Yeah. You got it. You got it right, bro. Man, you're a sharp brother. I mean, you got it. You summed it up. Yeah, man.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes on these platforms, you know what I'm saying, it's good, we talk shit, swallow spit, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's good to talk back and forth on boxing or whatnot. But every now and then, you know what I'm saying? I mean, at all times, I try to provide some substance, even when we kicking shit, you know what I'm saying? I try to keep it fact-based and, you know what I'm saying, stay with that. But really, on the cool, I feel like this is an honest space in which you can't take nobody but for who they are. You know what I'm saying? In your personal lives and shit, and in your Facebook lives, you can make up who you want to be, and you can try that shit here. But it don't age well if you continue to come back or whatnot. Yourself gonna show. It's just like with anything else. So I think in order for it to be productive and for us to use the platform that we've been provided in a proper way, that we need to share shit like this, because at some point we all gonna have to figure out that it's gonna take not just us, but the help from somebody else for us to truly get where we want to go.
That's it, bro. You just said it, man. Yeah, you got a lot of you got you got
A
the
lot of
keys.
wisdom.
Yeah, you got a lot of wisdom, man. You got the keys, bro. You got the keys. I mean, and that's pretty much it. You summed it up because you can be one of the baddest individuals on the planet, but the operative word that will stop you from getting where you need to be is individual. Individuals don't make it in this world to the point to fulfill their full potential. That rarely happens, if ever. Yeah, it takes connections. It takes um, folks who can come in and help you with with your success. And usually, man, just like now, shoot. I mean, there's investments that I want to make, but you know, I really don't have I don't have the connections that I need. People that I feel like I can trust that have the same type of resources that can match my investment abilities. Where we can go into something and and go into something and make it grow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
You
I'm
know,
and I'm on that too. And here's my thing, right? A lot of times, especially in this YouTube space, which is exploding because TV's dead. Let's be honest. This YouTube space is one that's exploding. And it's certain networks on here that a lot of us flock to, be in chats and talking back and forth or whatnot. But those guys, those chats that we in, are people with the resources, you know what I'm saying, or with the ability just to teach. You know what I'm saying? Just to
right.
teach. Not give nothing to, but time, but the information, but how to go about it. Excuse me. And I don't think they really take the opportunity. But I was just thinking, like, even I told the boxers with the NFT game, you got platforms here that you come and use and get, push from and everything else. Why wouldn't you make NFTs available to us only? You know what I'm saying? We spend money on boxing. Why wouldn't you do that with the people that support you and turn around and make money for them and then yourselves as well? You know what
Oh,
I'm
you mean
saying?
the NFTs that they may
Right,
be.
right,
Yeah,
right.
you know what? I went through some NFT training that you heard of Boyce Watkins?
Mm-hmm.
Dr.
Dr.
Boyce
Boyce
Watkins?
Watkins,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So Boyce had some NFT folks that came in on his network and advertised some training. They was charging like, 350 to $400 a month for this training. So I signed up for the training, went through the training. And brother, I'm like, man, in a month they gave me probably, I'm gonna say in a month they gave me probably 45 minutes to an hour worth of information that I thought was something new or useful to me. And I'm like, okay, so to continue on with this, I got to pay you another $350, $400. So I dropped that
See
because
what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? But that's how we're gonna do ours though. We'll come to the platform where it's free, you know what I'm saying, and advertise it and then charge you a giraffe's asshole for the minimal when the people that we claim that are oppressors or held us down, or the systematic oppression that's been applied to us
right.
was not built in that manner. You feel what I'm saying? Like I
No,
just said, the man that I was working for,
yeah. Uh-huh.
with the Breakfast Club, they wouldn't charge motherfuckers $30, to come, or $300 to be a part of the Breakfast Club every month.
Right.
You
Yeah,
feel what I'm saying? Because they always
yeah,
what? They always trying to get somewhere. So
right.
if we all trying to get somewhere as a people, why are you stepping on us?
Exactly. Yeah. And one thing I saw about that too is that this is the because I peeped the whole situation. I listened to them. I even would pipe in during the classes which were online, And I would, play devil's advocate, when they were talking about certain things, because I saw they were repeating a lot of information that I already spoken about 2-3 weeks in a row. So they weren't really giving new information, and the information they were given was very rudimentary. It wasn't anything advanced or anything that could really provide you cutting edge knowledge, skills, and abilities in order to make an impact in that NFT space. So, I canceled the whole thing because what I saw was the gold rush.
Some bullshit is what you saw.
Yeah, exactly. The gold rush that was involved with that is over. The gold rush is involved with NFT space. I saw that as being over, and really it's just, that's why they're going into, they didn't already made all their money or the vast majority of it. And so they're just trying to get the scraps up off the floor that fell from the table of people gorging on brand new money. They're trying to get the scraps off the floor by charging us $400 a month to listen to them talk about the same crap over and over every week. So Boyce Watkins kind of pissed me off putting that up there. And but yeah, that's and in one of the ways that I was able to make that or come to that conclusion was looking at the crypto that's used in the NFT space. And that crypto right now is Ethereum. Ethereum is the big cryptocurrency that's used in that NFT space. And if you look at Ethereum right now, it's trading at about $3,000. But at the same time, it hasn't moved much from there in the past 6 months. If at all, it's just went down. It's went down maybe 12% in the last year, 6 months. So it's not the main currency that they're using in the NFT space is either plateaued or decreasing. And so what that tells me is that initial gold rush in that space is over. And so if you're investing a lot of money in it now, until there's more corporate money that goes into the NFT space, if and when that happens, that'll be indicative by the increase in value in Ethereum, the cryptocurrency that's used to make most of the transactions within that space. You'll see the Ethereum, the value of it come up.
I think it's a diversification, but I think it's a diversification of things after you build a great base with one certain thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to start somewhere and build a great base with something, and then be great at that, and then be able to diversify something else. But that's it's like a recipe. Until you get good at making sweet potato pies, how the hell you gonna make 9 other pies? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get good at making a sweet potato pie. And I just think a lot of times we overlook the shit that we really, really good at, that we can make something out of. It's because we're not taught at an early age that can be profitable. I was trying to tell my girl, her son, shit, I'm trying to tell him, you and your friends, y'all can get together, buy your own lawnmower, one buy a lawnmower, one buy a weed eater, one buy a blower, one buy, you know what I'm saying? And start your own lawn business. It's all kind of grass around Arkansas. What the hell you got going on? But now you'd rather go fill out an application for Sonic. It's the thinking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's the thinking. Do your own advertising, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can come up with a sign, all kinds of shit. It's the thinking and the application of those things. It's the effort. You know what I'm saying? And what it's going to get you.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's something that you got to foster at an early age, and then you got to make it tangible to them. And then, there's no problem in, the avenue in which you've taken. Like you said, again, I go back to how you referred to, the day-to-day grind of it and how you can't really step away from it. But, even within that, I would hope, like you said, it's some investments that you want to make. So you're already on the strategy of, hey, I'm going to take something from this, all this shit I'm going through. I'm going to take a little piece by little piece by little piece. And over time, I'm going to be able to step away from this motherfucker with some of my own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's definitely, that's what's got to happen.
Right. Because they believe that, they know that's your lifeline. You know what I'm saying? That's why they over you so tight. That's why they looking at your lab coat for a smudge. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
your ability to walk away from that motherfucker when they think it's your everything, that's what's gonna fuck them up more than anything.
Oh,
And the
well,
ability that you stepping up, that you're not stepping down when you step away. You feel me?
right. Well, here's the deal, man. I mean, luckily for me, uh, you know, and I'm, this is the reality of it. I work because I want to. I don't work because I have to. I mean,
Right.
I'm in a position where, because I did, 20 something years in the military. So I got, if I never went to work again a day of my life, I'm solid. I mean, I can't live on the same level I live on now, but I don't have to worry about where my next meal is coming from, or where I don't have to worry about nothing like that. So
Right.
they don't have me in that. They don't have me in that particular state where if I don't work there, then I don't know where my next meal is coming from, because really, the truth be told, is I make enough money. I make more money I make just about as much money in my military pension than I do working for corporate America.
Right. A lot of times it's about the benefits. You know what I'm saying? A lot
Yeah,
of times,
yeah.
and a
It
lot
ain't
of
even
times
about
too,
it ain't
it
even
ain't
about
about the
the benefits.
benefits. Sometimes,
No.
I tell a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, no matter what it is, no matter what it is, a motherfucker prideful in what they do. You did. A motherfucker is prideful in what they do. You wouldn't think so, but the motherfucker in the prison kitchen, he prideful in the food that he cooked. You
Yeah,
hear me? And
exactly.
he could be in there for 2-3 robberies, whatever. But that
Uh-huh.
time that he in there in that kitchen that he cooking, he prideful over the shit that he cooked. And when somebody scoop it out to eat it, he wants somebody to look up and say that shit decent, just like any other human being, man.
Right,
So
right.
you know what I'm saying? A lot of times it's not, it may not necessarily be about what the shit affords you, financially. It's sometimes it's about pride and the ability to do a good job in whatever the hell you like
Exactly.
doing too.
Exactly. That's what it is. For me, that's what it is. I mean, obviously more money is always good, but at the same time, I don't really work for money. I never have. I don't work for money. I never have. But at the point where you realize that money is really, you have to start working for money at some point, because money is about being independent and being free of the system. The more money you have at your disposal, the freer you can be from the inconsistencies and the volatility of the system we live in. And so, I think that's one thing that's taught, that the pandemic taught a lot of people, and it's still teaching us, that having that money in reserve or at your disposal will prevent you from being subject to the volatility of things that happen in society. When you have that, you're impacted a lot less by it. The change in prices of things that you need to survive, those things won't impact you as much if you have the money in reserve that allows you to be kind of above those inconsistencies, or those volatile things that are going on in society. So for me, I understand that a lot of that needs to come from an independent source, independent of me going to work every day. But just something that, so that's what I mean, I would love to get into some investments, but the bottom line is, right now, I don't have a team around me that can match my investment. And so that's what because I mean, you go in, you say, okay, I want to buy this, for instance, you say, I want to buy, this property, this right now is not the right time to buy property anyway, because it's almost twice what it was. You take a building or a home back in 2018 or 2017, 18 timeframe, it's twice as much as it was back then today. The housing market is that bad. I mean, in regards to purchasing property. So, but when the market comes back, you see a $4 or $5 million project you want to get involved in, I'm not in the position to make that type of investment on my own.
When do you see the market coming back to the regular?
I don't, man. I don't know, bro. I mean, what I would say, what I try to do is I try to look back in in time to find a time where I believe the market activity is going to be representative of, and I think back like the 2008 housing crisis, 2008, 2007, 2008, when the housing market fell, and most people lost about 25% of the value in their homes when that happened. And, but before then, the housing market, it was very expensive to buy a house. The prices were very elevated, inflated.
Now,
So,
now see this.
but then
I,
all
I,
of a sudden it fell. So I'm hoping that happens again. I'm hoping that the price of real estate goes back down like it did then. But we're faced with some special circumstances now that housing crisis had an impact on, where they're saying there is not enough housing right now. And then you think about what's going on with the economy in general, and then with this war that's being fought, all the excuses that are being made to steal other income from people through, transportation, oil, price of oil, gas, food, everything's up. So who knows?
I will say this. There, you know what? Even in times of crisis, there's a motherfucker buying. There's a motherfucker strategizing. There's a motherfucker who's finding the deal. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, there's always those that tell you when shit gets tough, that's when you buy. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. So,
Well, you don't want to buy right now.
right. But see, this is where I may have that view or that ten or that thought and have very good data to go off of. But I would. This is where I'm talking about somebody like Fred's Patreon. You know what I'm saying? It comes in handy because you know what I'm saying. Let's just say I'm having these thoughts or these questions, or maybe this conversation, or maybe I'm realizing that I don't have the group economic structure to make these investments, things of that nature. Well, when I'm continuing to rub elbows, you know what I'm saying, in those circles in which I'm in, I'm not getting the information sometimes, or the view sometimes I need, or maybe the insight I need. You know what I'm saying? That's that Breakfast Club shit.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Being part of people like his Patreon. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like back when lumber prices, you know what I'm saying, was fluctuating or whatever here a couple of years ago or whatever. I made some money through Fred on just lumber prices, some shit I wasn't thinking about. You know what I'm saying? Just being a part of his Patreon. Just being a part of his Patreon, you know what I'm saying, and listening and paying attention, jotting the shit down, then going back and making the move. Because my lady, the one who really fuck around with the investments or whatnot, like the Ethereum or whatnot that you talked about. My lady made some money off Ethereum. She made some money off of crypto or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Back a couple of years ago. You know what I'm saying? In that space, in that kind of rush. So she kind of had more of an understanding of it. So I'm starting to really through, and that's why I said the travel is another thing too that's been great for me. I'm starting to want to continue to put myself in different rooms with different type of motherfuckers. I don't care who they are, what they look like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm confident. I'm confident in me. I'm confident in who I am. I'm confident in who I represent. You know what I'm saying? So that's never an issue. So that's never an issue. Now it's time, in this second half of my life, if I'm blessed to continue to live it, I want to give back in such a way to everyone I encounter, you know what I'm saying, with what I have to give. And then, you know what I'm saying, what I would request from them is the same respect and to give me something too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think, you know what I'm saying, in those realms, when we get to talking about those conversations in those places, the answers are out there. You dig? The answers are out there. Everybody's not losing. Somebody's winning. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact that we haven't talked to that person that's winning, and we don't know what the hell they got going on. You know what I'm saying? And they willing to give it. It's just who they willing to give it to and who really want it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Hey, you know what? That's great insight too, man. What I'm gonna add to that is, one of my setbacks in life is not really, just like you said, not understanding that a lot of the separation between people in society and groups in society is something that's systemically constructed, and it doesn't really reveal or represent the individual perspectives of people who function within society. What I mean is the racial conflict, the sexual, the sexual thing that's going on, with the LBGT versus heterosexual population, all these different things. And I'll mention that, but I'm going to say the biggest thing in America and has the most historical data and reference is the racial conflict and the division along racial lines that exist in the United States. That particular dynamic is more systemically created, maintained, and perpetuated throughout time. But it does not really represent the individual perspectives that exist within our population. And so what I mean by that is, like, sometimes you can go on what's this TikTok, what's that other thing? This other let me see, what is that other social media site?
Instagram.
You can go on Instagram and you'll see, a particular song that's trending. And what you'll see black people mimicking a song and singing it and dancing to it. You'll see white people, you'll see Asian people, you'll see, Eastern Indian people, you'll see Hispanic people, you'll see all types of people that are enjoying this song. And when you look at them singing this song or having fun singing the song and dancing to it, they all have the same emotions, the same happiness, the same appreciation for the music, and they're seeking the same joyous experience through appreciating that song. And so we're more alike than we are different in like the ways that we are different are very minuscule compared to the huge amount of likeness that we have in the human family. And so this division that we see along racial lines is very systemically created and perpetuated in our society, and it doesn't really impact every individual perspective that we run into. And so that's what we have to do. We have to be able to cross those lines, those racial lines, understanding that not everyone is completely about that madness, right? I mean, not saying that there are people who are, but I'm saying, but not everyone is a part wants to be a part of that division and that madness that's created through white supremacy and the system of white supremacy, which really is an oppressive system of people of color and people who are other than Eurocentric lineage. So that particular systemic division doesn't represent everyone's perspective, and that's what we have to be able to do, because you have to be able to go and cross those lines that exist along race, and learn how other people think, how they view the world, having those diverse ways of thinking. Creative thinking creates creative thinking, innovative solutions to problems that you have or you face in the world, and that's what's necessary to overcome the system. So I completely agree with you. It doesn't really matter what people look like, where they're from, if you're in the right quote unquote breakfast club that has these different perspectives, that see the world differently and have different resources at their disposal, then you can use that to overcome the system. And that's the key for us. We can't be isolated.
Right. And it's the intention, right? It's the intention, right? A lot of times we'll lose focus because we're focused on someone else's intentions or what we may assume their intentions to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like in his conversation with me, I could have quickly assumed that he was meaning to offend me. You know what I mean? And miss the information that he was giving me. So it was where I was in my life and in my experiences or whatnot that allowed me the wisdom to see beyond his inability to articulate it in a way to where I wouldn't feel I couldn't possibly feel offended, but to focus more on what I could gain. You know what I'm saying, from
Right.
the interaction more than
Mhm.
anything else, because I was securing myself to where that wouldn't offend me. You know what I'm saying? Because regardless, I had to understand, and I think a lot of times we have to understand, regardless, you know, I wasn't going to change how that man talked at 78, 79 years old.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't gonna change
Right.
how he communicated to the next man. What
Right.
I
Right.
what I could do is possibly change, even if change the view of the intellect of people that look like me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, this one got it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. What you
Make
what you did that. You did that, or he wouldn't have said what he said to you.
facts. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So it's the attention and the ability of us to understand our intentions as well, and to amplify those and have a greater purpose.
Right.
The purpose is to win. You know what I'm saying? In
Yeah.
my estimation, the purpose is to win, and to
Yeah.
win at all costs. You know what I'm saying? And,
Yeah.
and again, the art of war, things that reading is fundamental. Taking something from everyone and putting it together and using it properly will take you far.
That's right. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, that's right on time. Yep. I agree, man. 100%. Yeah. I think you know, for me, man, I was raised to be independent. You know what I mean? And you know what? Sometimes my you know, sometimes some of the stuff I learned, like here's a prime example. I got my first job when I was 15 years old. And I remember, working this job. I worked every week. That got my little paycheck and all that. And I remember when I was 16, I went and I bought my first car. And my old man, he took me down. My father, he took me down to pick the car up, and then I had to go pay the taxes on the tags and all that. So I remember, took the registration, took it down there to DMV. They had me pay everything. And I don't remember how much it was. It was maybe like, I don't know, way back then it was because I'm 53. Way back then it was like 20 something bucks for taxes on the car. A nice vehicle, very nice vehicle for a teenager at that time. And my dad was standing right behind me, and I think I gave him like 20 something bucks, and I had another 20 in my pocket. I didn't want to break the extra 20. And I think it was a dime. It was like maybe $25.10. And look back at my dad to give me the dime. He turned away. So I had to break the other 20 to make the dime, to pay for the dime. And I
Hmm.
never understood why he did that. But as I got older, I understood that he did that because he was trying to teach me complete independence. Right.
Trying to
And
let you know, ain't nobody gonna give you a dime in this world, son.
exactly. So I grew up with that. I learned that lesson, and I grew up with that. Anything that I got in life, I was gonna have to get it on my own. And that was what got me through those rough times when I was, a young dude. Just got out of, because the military let me out when I was because I went in the military when I was 17 years old. And then I got a scholarship at the University of San Diego. And when I got the scholarship there, they let me out to go to school. Well, them was hard times, man. I was living in San Diego, 17, 18 years old, because I, didn't have a whole lot of money. So it was times when I was homeless.
Say San Diego ain't cheap, bro.
Exactly.
I mean, I just came from out there, and during the pandemic in 2020, I shot out there for a weekend or whatnot,
Uh-huh.
and bro, it cost me $13 for a pack of sweets. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous
It's
out there.
stupid out
So
there, man.
I can definitely see how you was having it hard out there, bro.
Yeah, I was going to school every day, man, and had me a little part-time gig, security guard at night. You know, there's a time where I was homeless, man. I was sleeping up under a staircase, right? For about a week and a half, 2 weeks. I didn't have no place to stay because my money wasn't right. And I was going to school every day. I went to the University of San Diego, a private school out there,
Mm-hmm.
and I was hustling. I mean, I had to do whatever I had to take. I was getting up, taking a my wash rag and soap and washing up in the gas station, and then riding the bus to school, for a couple of weeks. I went through some hard times back then, but when it was all said and done, I graduated, went back into the military, and then finished my military career. And and things looked up since then. But the point is that I'm thankful for those hard times, right? And I'm thankful for that independence that I learned through that. But I will say it's been a hindrance to me as well, because it reduced my ability and trust to collaborate. And I'm at the point in my life now where, from an individual standpoint, I've went as far as I can go, bro. I mean, I'm talking about through my individual efforts, educationally, professionally, economically, financially. I went as far as I can go from an individual standpoint, and I'm not in a bad way at all. I mean, I do well, but if I want to break into that next level, then it's going to take collaboration, and so it's going to take connections. It's going to take, just like you mentioned, so that Breakfast Club environment. And that's where I've got to break my mind away from and realize that forming these critical relationships that expose me to different ways of thinking and different resources is something that I absolutely have to do in order to make it to that next level.
And that's what I see. You hit the nail on the head, because that's what I love about this space, this YouTube space, and the era that we in with these podcasts, right? And for me, I was, dead set on hooping and, being an athlete, you know what I mean? Making it to the league, vertically challenged, but I was gonna make it, you did. But one of the things that, I was a fanatic about sports, right? And what's kind of cool for me now is, even in my somewhat awakening, you know what I'm saying, financially, or financial literacy, or things that really make beans in the world, like you was talking about before, politically, the shit that we got going on, right? um in akin to sports, right, we starting to see many of these figures get into a space where they can tell their own stories, right? But some of the things that I find interesting is, in some of these podcasts or whatnot, they talk about the financial moves, right? And some of these athletes and entertainers and other people or whatnot that the media put out there only in those avenues that we see in those avenues, they starting to talk more about those other things, right? And one of the things that I see them talking about is group economics, right? Amongst all the fluff and other bullshit, when they get talking about their careers and how they ascended and things of that nature, they all get to a point in which they start networking with other people to start making money, to make moves, because they understand that this space only gonna last for so long, and I'm gonna need something to sustain me afterwards. The truly successful ones, right?
Right.
And then there are some others that we don't know about that are super wealthy because they made those moves and those friendships, and they got in those breakfast clubs when they was in that space, because they knew that those things would take them further than they talents that got them in the door. You know what I'm saying?
That's real talk.
And that's what I was talking about, perfecting what the fuck you do, perfecting that sweet potato pie first to get you in the door to other shit, because that sweet potato pie, everybody may not eat it for so long. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, you've excelled as far as you think you could go, you know what I'm saying, in that realm, and you understand, hey, in order for me to reach the next plateau, I'm going to have to find other like-minded people that want to make the same type of moves as well, and us move as a unit in those spaces. You know, I'm sitting and I'm here in Florida at A-Rod, they sitting and talking amongst each other or whatever, and they realize one of them made a nice business move, and then they put themselves in the same room with each other. Now they got investments in doing business with each other. I'm looking
Right.
at what's the my boys on the pivot. You know what I'm saying? They
Mhm.
always talking about investments and getting together in portfolios and who make moves and things of that nature, right? And so, you know, you take that and you see them men sitting in that space, and sometimes, you know, in those conversations, I feel like I'm sitting in the room with them. So I want to translate that to conversations that I'm having in the room with, you know, the people that I'm in the room with. But what
Mhm.
I'm like you, I'm understanding that a lot of times I'm not in the right room. If I
Right.
was in the right room, I'd be in a different place, right?
Yep. Yep.
So, so what's so gangster about this space is, I mean, look, like you said, you're the only black man in your state to have the ability to be the head of a nuke or be running a nuclear power plant. You know what I'm saying? So just in that, I'm talking to someone who has, you know, 10 times the education or whatnot, or the credentials that I have, right? But we're talking and sharing ideas, and you know what I'm saying, the
Oh
things
yeah.
that right.
Mhm.
So think about what other place do I have right now in which I could be in that type of realm or that type of room.
Right.
So
Well.
I don't think a lot of times that we recognize the opportunities that we have with our abilities and you know, and the platforms and the spaces that we in, you know, and we really have to take advantage of those. What tripped me out, I was sitting with DJ and Kyle and with Champion Hard. You know what I'm saying? We all chilling after the fight, and we just vibing and talking and chopping it up. And I'm realizing all these different men got different things they do and are talented in so many different facets. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But the one thing that brought us together was the love for boxing, which is
Mhm.
which is great. But what we need to continue to do is really fellowship and use each other as resources and tools to better ourselves as human beings.
That's right.
And we all got the ability to, you know what I'm saying? And just like we can super chat $5 in, you know what I'm saying, to show support and love, we can super chat $500 in to go in a business together and to do things together. You feel what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah. That's
Because
right.
we all got a vested interest in each other, and it's all on the same level, and it's all organic because it all came from the same fucking place.
Right. Right.
That's
Right.
what I want to foster. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's the type of growth that I feel like my people need to actually grow and to change. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Change their situation within this economic system and the structure in which we participate in.
That's right. Yeah. 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 I'm telling you, guys. I mean that's real talk. You know. The unfortunate thing is that I think the prevailing images of our people and really what we have that other people have of us and that we have of ourselves is very 180 degrees out from what you just mentioned. You know, I was looking on Facebook today, and you know it's about prom time now, so a lot of kids are going to prom and everything. And I saw this one pic where these two girls had prom dresses that were really really long, and they had like AR-15s laid down on the dresses that were on the ground. Had AR-15s, you know, with you know, handguns. One of them had an AR-15 in her hand with the handgun. These are black kids with her black date, the black boy behind her with an AR-15 in his hands. You know, and I'm looking at that and I'm like, all my days of living, I haven't seen anything like that. And it's being put out there as the images that and you know, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, who are they going to shoot with those weapons? You think they're going to go out and shoot someone other than other black people, which, you know, based on historical references and
Shit.
data,
Hell
usually,
no, they're going to
usually
kill somebody that look just like them, unfortunately.
exactly. Exactly.
And they sell, you know what I'm saying, by putting that out in the atmosphere. I went and hollered at my partner the other day. It's funny, it's crazy you brought up the prom, unfortunately, but I mean, I ran into my partner the other day just on happenstance, and he chilling, and it's a friend of his there, a lady, and she talking about um a kid getting killed at his prom.
Wow.
Talking about they pull up and the kid shaking, taking his last breaths at his prom, you know? And you think
Yeah.
about all the work you do or whatever to get your child to walk across that stage, and hell, you lose them at prom.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, we got real problems, and I think a lot of that, man, is just the helplessness that our kids, are faced with, because they already know. I mean, the writing's on the wall in regards to college education and all that. They see a lot of people that have a lot of black folks with college educations that don't really have anything as a result of it, but a bunch of college debt. That they don't have the jobs that they thought they were going to get. Those aren't coming. They have got a bunch of debt as a result of spending those years and money in college. So they don't see much hope there. They look around in their communities and there's no real jobs available in their communities, where they have to actually leave their communities and go out and try to apply for employment, uh, you know, from people who don't look like them. And they know there's a real good chance based on how they've been treated by their teachers or by people in their school administration, that they're not going to be treated fairly by people who don't look like them. So they are really helpless, man. And so, and engaging in that type of foolishness, where you got, using weapons, and at the time of their time of celebration, it should be a celebration of life and about being optimistic about the future. They are dealing with feelings of helplessness and not really thinking that they have a viable future, and so that's a problem that's on us as the
Right.
elder.
I
That's
was
on
just
us.
about to say that, man. Here's the thing, right? And man, I mean, anybody can take this with a grain of salt, you know what I'm saying, for what it is, because I will be honest and say, uh, I do not have any biological children of my own. Okay.
Mhm.
I was close. My child was stillborn when I was a younger man. And you know what I'm saying? Just moving forward, I just never, I didn't have any children, you know what I'm saying, up to this point.
Right.
Right. But I'll
Right.
say this, okay? I think, just in my personal opinion, your spidey sense as a parent has to start tingling at a certain point with your child, at different points in their life, to where you got to know certain shit is imperative. You know what I'm saying? And if
Uh-huh.
you got a young man or a young lady and you entering into uh these spaces, 11, 12, 13, 14 or whatnot, you got to remember what was adjacent to you in your mind in that time, right? But you also have to be in tune to what's going on out here. And then, like I said, foster what you want what you're looking for your child to become. You did,
Right.
like, uh, like like you said, it's a war, right? So many of our parents, mine included, was so locked in at a job, knowing she can't miss days and having to tote the water, you know what I'm saying, at times, because my pops in and out, halfway doing it and not doing it. Everybody got that shit. Everybody got a story. Some of us had the dad and not the mom. Some of us had the mom and not the dad. Some of us had granny. Some of us didn't, whatever the fuck it was, right? But at the end of the day, really, a lot of times they're so consumed with what the hell they got going on that you never take your kids outside of that environment. So that's the type of shit they latch on to. You got to
Right.
give them more to latch on to. You
Yeah.
got to be
You're right.
willing. You got to be willing to jump in your car on that Friday, even though you know you're gonna be tired on that Monday. You got to be willing to jump in your car on that Friday, spend that gas money that you ain't got, take them to that coastline, let them see the beach, let them see something different. You know what I'm saying? Let them do something different. Take your 14-year-old, shoot down to Austin. You know what I'm saying? You living here in Texas, shoot down to Austin. Let them see UT. Let them see shoot to UT San Antonio. Let them see these colleges. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Let them walk in. Let them show them is something more than what the hell they got going on. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, they got something else to latch on to. You got to provide your kids something because we allow TV, radio, social media, whatever, to provide them the images to latch on to, because we not giving them nothing else.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah.
man, say, man, look here, when nothing. By the time I went to prom at 18, right? When nothing that was gonna happen at prom was some shit that I wasn't involved with or didn't have the ability to do or hadn't done. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So it wasn't that type of kick to me. The whole party first, introduction, drugs, alcohol, all that shit, it wasn't a kick. You know why? Because everybody in my family smoked weed, pimp.
Right. Right.
You feel me? That
Yeah.
smell wasn't no different, but it was a time and a place. That wasn't no shit that I did. When my folks were smoking when I was a kid, we took our ass outside. You know, the grown folks tell you take your ass outside, go be a kid. You
Right.
feel me?
Yeah.
But when
Yeah.
I came back in, it smelled like some funny incense been burned. But I don't give a damn. I'm a kid. I'm finna go wash my ass, eat, watch TV, play, whatever I was supposed to do.
Right.
Right? You dig now? These kids in the grown folks' mouth, they know where the mama been sleeping, who she been sleeping with, who she got a problem with, family issues and
Yeah.
shit.
They
That
know everything.
they know everything because they in
Yeah.
the parents' mouth. They ain't being a kid. Shit,
Well, but then too, you got kids raising kids, man.
facts. That too. Your
Kids raising
granny,
kids. So
your
that's part
granny
of
is just 40 and shit.
it. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. You got that happening. So, man, it's
that
just
shit crazy, but I mean, even with all that being said, man, you can still, it's still a way for you to handle business with your kids, and like I said, show them other shit and give them something else to latch on to, man.
right.
It's just what you want to invest in, and it's success stories, man. We seeing it. It's people that's investing in their kids, and it's paying off for them. You
Yep.
know, I mean, in the simplest form, man. Sometimes I find myself being real simple and emotional. But every now and then, when the draft come around, for these particular sports or whatnot, I like seeing the stories. I like seeing some wins. You know,
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
you like seeing some of the wins because it's possible. You know what I'm saying? But you'll see the parents pouring to their kids. They didn't have nothing else, but they poured into them, and it paid off for them in some form, shape,
Right.
form, fashion. You dig? So, like I
Yeah.
say, it's always somebody winning out there. It's just where you choose to look.
Right. Well, you know what? The one thing about that whole athletic thing is great when you can be successful at doing that at the highest levels, but the chances of getting to that highest level and being successful very, 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 very small. So, I mean, but one of the things that we have that everyone has is the ability to learn, absorb information, and apply it. And so that's where we need to start winning. We need to
Facts.
start winning by having a culture that's about learning not only about ourselves, the world around us, but about ourselves as well, who we are as a people, where we come from, and then learn how to master the environment that we are a part of, from both a social aspect, from an economic aspect, from a physiological aspect, from a scientific aspect. Learn to master the planet, the world around us, because that was the charter that we was given
It's
from
the
the.
Mamba mentality again. That's why I say, rest in peace. Associated sports with life, man. Kobe. You dig? It's the mentality. It's not. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be him in that facet. It's taking that mentality and applying it in everything in life, attacking it with that same ferocity. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you do that, you'll get the best results out of you, and you'll start to demand more out of yourself. It's like, if you if you the type of person that when you go to shoot something in the trash can and you miss and you can keep walking, something wrong with you. You need to go back and pick that shit up and throw it in the trash. You know what I'm saying? It's that type of thing. It's having that fervor and that mentality, man, and taking it, applying it in the right way. And I see the brother in the chat say, he say the problem that he have is every time he try to work together with other brothers, one of the things that tends to always be an issue is the trust factor. You know what I'm saying? And again, I think big old 581 to me, right? It's like again we were saying, being in the proper room. Being in the proper room. See, a lot of times we think we're in the proper room with the people that we love, with the people that we fellowship in. But we're in them rooms for reasons. Not saying that you don't need to be in that room anymore with those people, but particularly what you're trying to do might not be right with those people. You know what I'm saying? You might have to find yourself in a different room. Find yourself in a room with people that you're not familiar with in that way. You did, just like I was saying, to Brother Fuller here, like he was talking about wanting to make those investments or whatnot, and not being around the particular people to make those investments with. But understanding that, hey man, we actually have the ability, or we have a room that we in right now that we got endless possibilities in. It's just how he attack it and go about it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the next time that he call in on the show with 500 people is something that he discussed that one or two latch on to, that reach out to him personally, that get something started. You have to take your opportunities when they come and understand the rooms that you in sometimes are not the rooms to foster what you want.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing you mentioned about the Mamba mentality, man, I'll be relating that back to sports. I'm going to say that mentality that I was discussing, that's a charter. That's a charter. That's a charter from God himself, right? What I mean by that is a command from God himself when he talked to Adam and Eve in the garden and told them to go forth, be fruitful, and multiply and have dominion, right? Dominion over the environment that I put you in. It is our responsibility as human beings, especially human beings that are the direct descendants of the initial inhabitants of the planet. I'm talking about Black people. It's our responsibility to master the environment that we're in through the acquisition of knowledge and the application of it. It's not just an optional choice. It's the actual divine charter from God himself that told us that this is our responsibility as human beings in this earth realm. And so that's kind of where I see it. And we're all capable of doing that. We're not all capable of having, immense physical feats or performing extraordinary physical acts because of some of the limitations that we may have, being vertically challenged or whatever. But we all have a mind. We all have a spirit. And then we have to develop those things in order to master the world that we're in, the environment that we're in. That includes white supremacy and the things that oppose our development. We have to master that as well. It is the charter that's been given to us by God himself. And so that comes through the acquisition of knowledge and the application and the rightful application of it.
Facts. And I also think, at those times of low inspiration, you know what I'm saying, or when things are at their worst, that's when we got to buckle down and really seek and really seek more motivation. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are some times where I allow myself to slip and see children who are ill or whatnot, and they'll start their own foundation. You know what I'm saying? From being ill themselves, and know that the situation is bleak and grim and that they may not make it, but they're not even thinking of themselves. They're thinking of others. They selfless in their approach and in their energy, you know what I'm saying? All the way to their last breath, and then I get to thinking, how can I lay down the baton? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I think a lot of times, we wallow in our own self-pity, you know what I'm saying, or lack of success or achievement, and don't realize that, that's part of that's going to be part of your success, and trying to seek that motivation to continue to move on and to put yourself in the right places to be ready for them opportunities when they come, and then understanding when they come and grasping a hold to them and moving to the next phase.
Right. I think a part of that too, that motivation piece, is to understand that we all have an expiration date. There's not a person alive that gets out of this alive. Right? We all have an expiration date, and we all on borrowed time. And so what matters at the end is, what did you do
with your time?
That's right. To sacrifice yourself in order to help others with the time that you had, to make the world a better place, to make it a place where your children had somewhere, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, and all the children of the world had a better place to live as a result of you being here. You know, that's what it comes down to, because we all gonna make that transition. And how we make that transition, where we spend this next part of our existence, will have a lot to do with what we did with our time while we were here. And, you know, we just got to, we got to ask God to give us that clear vision that that's what we're facing. That's what we're up against, and use that as motivation to go and do his will.
Facts. I mean, you can't say any better than that. I mean, your purpose here, I mean, it's to serve your fellow man, not just yourself.
Yeah. Well, my brother, I'm gonna tell you, it's been beautiful, but it's like almost 3:00. It's almost 3:00 where I'm at, man. I got to get up, and I took tomorrow to get some of my personal stuff done. I'm gonna work on my yard tomorrow. I got a bunch of seeding and stuff like that to do. I got to get up when it's moist outside, so I don't waste this money.
Oh yeah, I heard you a minute ago. You know what I'm saying? Before Kyle dipped out and left, so he do it all the time. Little slick ass, light skin.
Right. Yep. Yeah, he probably sleep now, but I'm gonna join him.
100, man. Take it easy.
All right, yeah, take it easy, brother.
Chat dead, man. Y'all dead out there? Let me see. Y'all want to talk about some fisticuffs, somebody going upside somebody's head. Y'all know what's gonna happen this weekend, man. Y'all think Oscar got a chance? Somebody let me know. I don't think Oscar got a chance in hell, bro. He looked nervous as hell sitting there. He looked nervous as hell. I really don't think he got a shot, man. That motherfucker did not like the cheating reference. He kept shifting in that seat, and Shakur smiling at him, but I think he got some nasty intentions, man. I don't see it. I don't see it making the bell, to be honest. I see a stoppage coming. Yeah, I definitely see him getting stopped. I do not see him making 12, man. I know ESPN and Top Rank spent plenty of time trying to promote his ass. I mean, I don't know how many left and right hooks they showed him throwing. I don't know if that was the same cut, because he ain't working like that. Shit. I mean, they gave Shakur maybe a few seconds, you know what I'm saying? A little time. But they ain't have no love as far as showing him anything. What's up, Centos? Yeah, man, he didn't leave me nothing to put you on or nothing. You know how he do. Right. When did Oscar become this major puncher, bro? I mean, bruh, they showing him snapping the necks of everybody. They making him like a monster, bro. I forgot he was 130 pounder. The clips that they were showing, shit. I'm like, what is he? 160? What the hell? Who is Shakur fighting? I mean, don't get me wrong, man. I don't think Valdez coming in here to lay down, y'all. I'm not gonna disrespect the man. The motherfucker can fight. But I'm like Shakur granddaddy. The motherfucker ain't fought nobody but Mexicans, bro. He ain't fought nobody but essays, bro. I feel you. Hey, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you, Mr. Majestical. I feel you, bro. I feel you. Okay. Shit. He gonna have to show it. He gonna have to show it, bruh. Cause Shakur ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. He want that shit. He been after that shit. So he gonna have to say Saturday's gonna be some shit, bruh. I got to give it to Valdez, for going and accepting it. I don't really think he had no choice because, I mean, he was getting disrespected left and right. You dig? Even when I went to Cancun here, Cozumel the other day, uh, the essay or whatever that I run into all the time, I asked him, was he excited for the fight? And he told me, he was like, yeah, man, I think Valdez is going to get him, bro. He's going to fucking get him, man. He holding it down for the essays, too. But I don't think, man, I don't think he got a chance in hell, bro. I think Shakur going to fuck that face up, straight up. We're not talking about Burchell here, somebody who just, going to be standing there. Yeah, I don't see it going 12. Valdez, I think yeah, he knocked out. I know he is. I think Valdez I think he's gonna put himself in a bad position, man. You can't miss with Shakur and not pay. And I think it's going to be too many times. Right, right. There you go. I think it's going to be too many times where he missed and he pays. And I think he's gonna be gun shy because of it. And I think it's going to happen to him early, you know. He talks about that one shot. I don't know if y'all was paying attention, but I kept hearing him say that one shot gonna change his mind, that one shot. So a lot of times when you're looking for that one shot, that other motherfucker working. You dig? So you think a couple of times he try to get off that one shot and he pay for it the wrong way, he ain't gonna be wanting to get off that one shot. And that's when Shakur gonna be getting off on him and getting up on rounds. Then you got to think that motherfucker getting up on me rounds. Now I got to start taking some chances, bruh. It's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna go well. That's just, that's just the way I see it, man. I think he gonna run into some shit that he don't see trying to land something on Shakur. And slowly but surely, those things are going to happen more than him landing. And it's going to take away his confidence. And I think by round 4 or 5, he'll be like, damn, I can't hit this motherfucker. I'm going to have to do something different and take some chances. I believe he's going to try to get rough and shit. But what he going to realize is Shakur ain't no little boy. I can't just rough him up. And when he figure out I can't hit him like I want to, and I can't rough him up, what the fuck am I going to do now? So I don't know. Somebody, if y'all see it different, let me know. I ain't seeing too much. Okay. Okay, Mr. Majestical. Hey, you make sure you bring your ass back in here now. You make sure you bring your ass back in here. You know what I'm saying? Don't disappear. A lot of motherfucking a lot of y'all motherfuckers was Cubanos a week and a half ago. Shit. A lot of y'all was Ugas this and Ugas that. That motherfucker just opened his eye a couple of days ago. So shit. That same shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit'll come back. And y'all motherfuckers won't come back. Before I know it, you'll change your whole name, profile picture, all that shit, bro. So, hey, just know if he go in there with that bullshit, Shakur gonna fuck him up, bro. And the propensity of Valdez, look, ain't nobody hit him, man. Ain't nobody really hit him, bro. Like, we ain't seen Shakur really lose rounds, more or less a fight, right? Right? And Valdez ain't fought no black folks, right? None. So I'm just saying, right? Like the propensity for something amazing to happen, like ain't too many chips on Valdez's side for something great to happen. Like, if you just talking about the probability of shit happening, Shakur fist upside his head seemed like a better bet. Right, Santos. That's what I'm saying. It's not just the fact that Shakur offense or his speed, it's his defense, it's his ability to avoid getting hit. And every time I see Valdez throwing something, it's hard. It's hook to the head, body, head. Them three pieces. Bam, 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 bam. If he fuck around and miss that and get out of rhythm on that, it's not just he miss and get to reset. He's going to miss and pay. And his conversation is all about that one shot to change the momentum. You miss them shots and start taking some, shit, you get a little gunshot, bro. You seen new guys. He had moments, but that shit was hurting. He started balling up. Jamel Herring, shit, he started balling up. Shakur was 1-2, 1-2, 1-2-3, 1-2, 1-2-3-4, 1-2, 1-2-3, 1-2-3, 1-2-3-4, 1-2-3-4. Shit, call this shit. So I don't know, man. In fact, standing right in front of him. Standing right in front of him. So, hey, bruh. Valdez got some shit on his hands. He know it. It's a reason why he didn't take that fight at 126. And he wouldn't have took it at 130 he wouldn't have took it at 130 if he had the opportunity to avoid. So, I mean, it's going to be fireworks. I give Valdez all the respect in the world. He's a very strong guy for a 130-pounder. He's been able to accomplish some amazing things, bro. I'm not gonna take nothing away from him, but at the same time, he fucking with a different animal, man. And I think, bro, you need to. Man, he got an athlete in front of him, a athlete and a pure boxing talent, a savant in front of him, a motherfucker that he treat boxing like, I don't know, it's like breathing to him. You know what I'm saying? And he trying to perfect it. He's serious about it. The boy's scary, man. The boy's scary. And I mean, his fear of losing, you dig? Like, it's such a motivation to him to where he'll go all out. He'll go all out. And yeah, right. Man, say Valdez, Valdez didn't look. It looked like he was shook, man. I'm telling you, it looked like he was shook at the face off because he didn't know what type of energy to expect. He even said it. He thought Shakur was gonna talk some shit. He might need some security, whatever. Shakur was sizing him up. He said, "God damn, I'm taller than you." He was, you know what I'm saying? The energy throwing him off. Right. He's a pugilist. Facts. But the energy was fucking him off. You know what I'm saying? You know, he was anticipating one thing and Shakur gave him another. Right? So then boom, he off kilter when they come into the sit down. And then when he came into the sit down, he smiled at them, telling, bro, mentally, I really think I'm gonna break you down. So I mean, the mental aspect, the mental boxing, it's already going down, bruh. To the point to where Valdez now you hear his trainer, you know, disrespectful as shit. And you know, he's not a bitch like Shakur Stevenson is. So man, say, bruh, the energy, you know, is there. You know, I think it's gonna be a great fight. I think Shakur gonna stand up and he gonna announce himself to the world and he gonna use Valdez's face to do it. I think he gonna beat the herbal tea out of his motherfucking ass. To be honest with you, so I can't wait to see it. Uh, you know, Bob Arum. I'm kind of in the mind of the OG Santos. I don't think we would be getting this fight if it wasn't for the lawsuit. This is one of them. See, I ain't racist. I know 3 black people. I ate lunch with them once type thing. You know what I'm saying? See, I make fights between blacks and Mexicans. Look at Valdez and Shakur. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I see that being part of the shtick. But whatever it is, fuck it. You know, we gonna see it, and I'm happy for it. I'm happy for it, man. 2022 is ending up being a great is it gonna end up being a great year in boxing when we look back, man. We finna get Katie Taylor and Serrano, Cruz Zern, fighting what's the name? Belarus. Man, you got a lot of shit going on. You know what I'm saying? You know, Charlo and Castano are right around the corner. Hell, you mean Dev, of course, gonna get in Cambosis' ass. That's right around the corner. So, I mean, man, look, it's going down out here, and a lot of motherfuckers that's been ducking smoke and shit, they having to come to the table, man. They having to come to the table with something. They can't keep bullshit no more. They having to really show us what they made of, and I'm glad, bro. I'm glad. And I'm happy to see the prospects too. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to see Keyshawn. I want to see him step up. I hope it's not another one of them bullshit showcases. I need to see him actually, you know what I'm saying, get some rounds in with a motherfucker who's gonna box him a little bit. I'm ready to see Troy Isley. Is he gonna improve from his last outing? I mean, it's a lot of motherfuckers I want to see out here. You know, we talk about Bud and Earl all the time, of course, because that's the high fight in boxing. But man, it's a lot of shit going on out here, man. But you know what? Them heavyweights is dead since the bronze bomber got out of here though. I will say that. Oh man, okay. Roger Mayweather rolling over in his grave right now. Look at her. My lady says she's looking for Airbnbs in Vegas. Say, man, I'm trying to tell you, bro. Crawford and Spence, man, make the motherfucking date, man, so people can get that shit together, bro. Real shit. Y'all might fuck around and catch me in the Walmart parking lot selling motherfucking me tortillas and shit. I'm trying to get there, bro. I'm glad Ugas eye opened up. I really am, man. Ugas a soldier, bro. Say what say what you will about Earl. I know it's a bunch of haters out there or whatever, but Ugas fought. He had some moments, bro. He didn't win. He didn't win too many rounds, but he had some moments in the fight, bro. Real shit. He throw from wild, weird angles, and he's got great timing. Great timing. It just amazes me that Earl beat the best version of Ugas, right? He beat the best version of Ugas. The best that Ugas has been in his career is what we seen, right? Now, if you take that and you apply that to Crawford and Ugas fighting as amateurs, he got washed by a worse Ugas. And motherfuckers want to try to tell me that the outcome gonna be different. Crawford ain't got exponentially better than Ugas have since then. He ain't no man. So, and it say something about the fact when you in the same division as motherfuckers that son got the ups on you, and you got opportunities to fight them, and you don't. A lot of motherfuckers that son got the ups on Bud, or that he done had quote unquote beef with or whatever, he ain't never took the opportunity to get back at they motherfucking ass when it's been there. You know what I'm saying? So, bruh, go look at Earl last 5 to 6 last opponents. What has their career been or become afterwards? It's a reason why he ran to Dr. Cheek and put that oxygen mask on. So y'all keep running y'all mouth, keep saying what you're saying, keep putting it out there that Earl gonna lose. Man, put that shit out everywhere. We need it. I love it. I want to see it. I ain't got no issue with it. Keep telling me how much of a drunk he is. Keep telling everybody all that shit. Put that shit everywhere. For real. We love it. We need it. I love it. I love it. I want some more of it. Goddamn. Put that shit out there. So when it come time, all that shit gonna be out there, and you gonna have to answer for all that shit. That boy breaking people.